Welcome to the Painful Budgeter. I am Pain, and to all my newbies coming to visit, thank you. I appreciate your time and coming and checking out. All the ones that are returning, thank you even more for coming back. In case you're wondering why I call myself the Painful Budgeter, I'm not in pain or anything like that. I don't have chronic pain. I'm not depressed or anything. No, it was actually my trucker handle. My trucker handle is Panassus, and it's spelled P-Y-N-N-A-S-S. And I got that because I have had that trucker handle since I was 7 years old. My mom and dad, they had a CB tower in their backyard, and it was a glorified lightning pole is what it was. It was taller than our house. And on certain nights, when the moon was just right, you can get people from Australia. And it was really cool. So all of us had to have a CB handle. And my mom was Magic Marker because she was an artist and she could draw really, really nice. My dad was Push Pilot. He wasn't ever in the Army or anything. He wasn't in the Air Force or anything like that. He pretty much cleaned up after him. My mom made a jacket for him, and on the back it had some old guy, wispy white hair, like a janitor clothing and stuff, and he's sweeping stuff underneath the freaking concrete and stuff because he's the one that cleans up after everybody. Helped take care of my mom. She was bipolar and everything, and always took care of the whole family. He's a natural caretaker. And my eldest sister, she was Scorpio because she was a teenager and she thought it was cool. And I think there was actually, she grew up in the 80s, so I think there was actually a band called Scorpion or Scorpio. So she thought, that would be cool. She's a big hair headbanger type of person. And so she was Scorpio. And my middle sister, who absolutely loved me back then as a kid, she was always on my side. She was Gumby. And when I was trying to come up with my name, I'm like 7 years old, so I'm like into My Little Pony and Care Bears and Fraggle Rock and Strawberry Shortcake. And so before I can even think of something cutesy and stuff, she's like, well, I know what we should call her. We should call her Panassus because she's a pain in my ass. And it's spelled with two aces in it. And me being the smart mouth little teenage girl, I'm like, okay, I'll be your Panassus. So I became Panassus. And throughout the years, I grew up and then I ended up becoming a truck driver and I stayed Panassus. And so my trucker handle was Panassus. So when I came off the road and ended up getting me a PlayStation because my nephew, he used to come and hang out with me all the time. And he's a major gamer. So I'm like, if he's coming up, he likes to stay for the weekends and, he'd come up 2 or 3 times a week. So I'm like, I'm going to get a PlayStation so he has something to play when you get here. And I'm like, I'll give it a try too. What the heck? And see what all these games and stuff are about. And so I went to Walmart and asked, okay, what's some good first time playing games? Like the most experience I have is playing Mousetrap and Dragons and Dungeon on an Atari computer back in the 90s. So yeah, they were floppy disks. As in like little, yeah. If you're old enough to know what a floppy disk is, yeah, you know the pain. So the wonderful teenager out there goes, well, some of the ones that are really good right now is Spider-Man and Red Dead Redemption. My first game was Spider-Man. Talk about button pushing. And so I actually finished and I had a blast on. I actually enjoyed it. But yeah, the first time learning, doesn't know how to use a controller, and he had me play Spider-Man. And it was a blast. And then the other one was Red Dead Redemption 2. And I pretty much fell in love with that game. It's a long freaking game, but there's so much dialogue, there's so much storyline, and anything can happen in it. So, and I play that game sometimes. My dad would come down, and he goes, "What you watching? That's one cool looking movie." I'm like, "That's not a movie. That's a game." He's like, "Seriously, that's a freaking game?" I go, "Yep, that's a game." So that's how I started. And when I started doing like online gaming, my handle was Panassus, and nobody could freaking pronounce it because it's P-Y-N-N-A-S-S-A-S-S. And they'd look at it and go, And so when I got a computer, a PC, and started playing stuff like Valheim, and I went into some of these, to Discord and some of the multiplayer games and stuff, and no one could pronounce it. And then one of the ladies on there that I, befriended, and I've known her for 5 years now. We've been playing together. But Moon, she's like, you know what? I'm just going to call you Pain because that's a mouthful. And so I became Pain. And originally it was actually spelled PANN, ASS, but I didn't want people short it and just call me Pan or like Peter Pan or something like that. So I changed it to PYNN. And so when I finally decided to get a YouTube channel, because I wanted to learn how to do YouTube, but I'm, computer illiterate. And so I wanted something that was just, easy, because I like watching how-to videos. I like watching people who clean houses, and I like watching vlogs and all that stuff. But that takes a lot to learn and a lot of editing. And I just barely learned how to cut and paste. And so there's no way in hell I could do something that involved. So and I also did a lot of watching of the budgeting, and I've been doing budgeting, like with envelopes for like a couple months, and because I didn't know where any of my money was going either. And so I'm like going, well, that's a good one to get started. Is not a whole lot of editing. I can slowly learn how to do some of this stuff, and then later on I can open up into a different channel and have more vlog style or gaming style or whatever I decide I want to do. And so I'm like, well, so what should I call my channel? I'm like, well, call it Panassus. Like, well, then people might complain because it has the double S's in it. So I'm like, okay, not Panassus, because no one will be able to Panassus budgeting. That just doesn't sound right. So I'm like going, well, I've also been Painful Rabbit was one of my other handles that I used on one of my other things, because I have a rabbit as well. And so I called myself the Painful Rabbit because I've been bitten by a rabbit and they're very painful. So I'm like going, painful budgeting. Because everybody can be a pain in the butt to somebody in their lives and has done stuff that's they've learned the hard way, because everybody has been a fool to something, or one or other people too in that matter. But everybody's been a fool in their life, and everybody has had pain in their life or has been a pain to somebody else in their life. So I'm like the painful budgeter, and that'll work for any other channels I decide to do. Painful budgeter, painful life, which I'll do later on, and painful gamer or whatever. But so yeah, so I decided to make the channel the painful budgeter, and it's still recording. Okay, cool. Because I don't want to have to record that again. Is that recording? Yes. Okay. But yeah, that was going to be a short little story, but apparently that turned into a 10-minute. I don't know. Forever. All right, let's get this started. Got me some flowers this week. I also made me my weekly little adult beverage. Made me a little margarita. Love me some margarita, pizza, and drink. It's always good. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any of those, but I'll take them out just in case. I'll take all these out just in case. And I already did some shopping today, and actually took my rabbit out shopping, so I should be getting that in one of the upcoming, probably for Friday if I can get to it tomorrow. This last week I've been lazy. I've been wanting to get one of the other videos I've actually done, but I wanted to add some stuff into it, and I've just haven't had energy. So I'm like, as long as I can get the 2 videos in, I'll call it good. If I can get 3 or 4 in a week, that's also, that's great too, but I'm not going to kick myself over it, because I just don't really have a whole lot of time. If I have the energy to do it, I'll do it. If I don't, then, well, life happens. Alrighty. So we have, I already got groceries, so I don't have 60. Pets. I have some of that in my purse, but I'll grab that later. I don't need to worry. Oops, back here. And I got 100, 200, 250, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. There's 350. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. I'm gonna take 5 out of here and put a $5 bill for my minis. And we'll just do that. Here we go. Doing this one a little closer than last week, because I noticed when I did last week's, I could see everything, but it was so far away you couldn't really see the scratchers. So I'm going to kind of adjust it slightly closer, but yet still kind of open wide. I've been kind of playing around with them. I might do a how-to or different ideas for desk setups and stuff, or type of thing. Because I want to do some how-tos as well, just for budgeting. So if you have any ideas of like how-to type of stuff, budgeting end of it, or just getting started, let me know, and I will either look it up or I'll try to do a video on it sometime in the future. So I'd like to get some, because I see a lot of questions of people who want to get started and they're afraid to, they think no one's going to like them, and no, it's not like no one cares, because people do, but if you don't put yourself out there, then you're not going to learn anything. So don't be afraid of people are going to hate you or be trolls. Most of the people in this community are awesome, and they'll give you all the encouragement you need. You have any questions, they will freaking answer it. And they're usually pretty quick at answering and talking back. If you talk to them, they'll talk back to you, not at you, but they'll give you information, and you take it and use it as needed. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, then ask some more questions, and people will help you if they know the answer. If they don't, they usually know somebody who might know the answer. Be it budgeting or be it just the information on getting started type of stuff, or just even some ideas on how to videos that are really good to get you started, that type of stuff as well. All right, let's see, got my blue one, my weekly blue thingy. Still Dad hasn't come down and gotten his money, just fine. He'll do it usually by the end of the month, because that's when he ends up paying the house stuff. All right, so we have Dad 200, 1 and 2. So he's got 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700 so far. We used some for the wedding, and I had 1 month that was 1 week that was really, really tight. So he just said, just do 150. He's cool like that. Because I rent from him. I came off the road when my mom was going through dementia. So this has a basement apartment. It's completely separate. So it's, it's really nice. To your room, laundry, bathroom, and everything. So it's completely separate, completely done up and stuff. So I'm not like living in a bedroom apartment or something like that. And I pay him about $800 a month, depending on how many weeks there are in the month. Because I usually pay him about $200 a week. So it fluctuates. Sometimes he'll get an extra $200. And sometimes I'll just put the extra $200 towards buying, stuff for the house. All depends on what we need, because I'm pretty much inheriting the house anyway. So we're in the process of trying to upgrade it, but we're trying to do it with the money that we have. So when I do inherit it, it's as is, and I can keep it good for the next person. Yeah, this house was actually built by my grandpa, so it's been in the family since it was built. Target, why is this up here? Groceries. I have like $1 back. I spent like $59. So I actually did pretty good. Costco, Target, I'm gonna put 20 in that. Or some stuff I'm gonna need at the end of the month. 6. So $26. I did pretty good on most of the groceries between these last 2 weeks. I pretty much got everything I need. Groceries cart and Visa. How much was I put in here? I already paid off my Visa, so I don't have to do as much. So I'm going to just do 50 this week. And then that way I can build up some of my other stuff. Because I only owe like $250 a month. I'm going to try to get some of the like emergency funds built up first, and then I'll switch to getting extra money for the car as well. But my registration is due this next month, so I was looking like, dude, it's due this week and then this month, or like this week, and then looking at my tag, like, oh wait, that's next month, that's September. Okay, so I got another month, so I want to get some of that built up. Fur babies, I already put the fur babies in there. I have, where's my purse? My purse is right there. Excuse me. Oy, ow, my foot. Ow. $2. I'll keep those $2, $3, $4. I'll keep those $4 in there for coffee this next week. But I'll put the $10 back in there. Pardon my head. Oh, I went to the gym today, and first off, I usually go in the mornings, but my trainer was sick, so I went later, and I had pretty much had to talk myself into going to the gym. But I went and got on the machines, and one of them, it's kind of like a rocking horse type of machine, and it's supposed to work on your calves, and you put the weights on it and stuff. And so I had the weights on it, and it was, I could easily do it the full 10 reps, but by the 10th rep, it gets a little tough. It's almost not quite to the breaking point, but almost there, where you just, I want to slam this stuff down. And so I put the rest up so I could put the weight on it, and it hit the corner of it, and so my foot went backwards on it, and my left foot, not happy. Nothing broke or tendons, but you can tell that it stretched it really hard. I'm like going, ow, ow. Fix it. We'll get 5. So yeah, always make sure you have a friend near you in case you need a little help when you do. And that's the only thing. It's like the machines themselves are fine, but when you get the free weight ones, where they're just like the free weights on them, and yeah, 20, 30, 40, 50, 65. So that'll be good for almost an oil change here soon. Probably put some of that towards the oil change because they're about 100 and something. That way I might end up putting a little extra on there if I have some extra money. Beauty. Try to build that back up. One of the videos I did, I had makeup on it, and it's slightly a little more red than my skin tone. And since I was, it's just me, I really didn't care about it that too much because I don't really use it enough. But when I'm filming, it looks like I'm wearing a red mask. And I didn't take into account of how it would show up on film. So I'm going to need some stuff that's slightly lighter, because normally I just throw a little extra powder, lighten it up, and I forgot to put the cover up down the neck, so it looked like I was wearing a mask. It looked fine, but it's off enough that it's noticeable, and you're like, she don't know how to put her stuff on. Clothes. I do need new clothes. I'm gonna need new pants or shorts or something. Got some shirts that I've found at the thrift store. They're not too bad, but I need just some plain shirts that actually fit me properly. Spending $5. Spending. I need to get some new thingies. They're starting to. Usually about after 2 months of stuff, they start looking sad. So I might actually just go and order some online from some of the Etsy ladies, people who make them. Or I can always just get some more of these things. But yeah, these things are sometimes a pain in the butt. Crafts. Do I have crafts? Like a clothing, like a spending? I don't think I have any crafts. I think I have 25 in there. I think I'm good for the month. Did I get gas? I don't think I put gas in here. Did I? I don't see where I'm at. I wanted to at least get $60 in here. 20, 35. I'll have to look. I don't care. I can always add extra. Extra. Read all about it. All right. Call that good. And okay, minis are put away. Fill the jar. I'm still kind of struggling. Last week it was, because I have these are my weekly challenges or daily challenges. I have the Don't Feed the Gremlins, which is not eating after 9 o'clock because I've got eating issues, and a lot of them is eating inappropriate stuff after 9 o'clock. Candies and chips and just sometimes even full on meals. Trying to break that habit, but it's hard when you have that no F's to gives and you're just going through it like a couple months and you're just kind of stress eating and that type of stuff. I've got like 3 days this week, so that's $6. And then the other ones is the, I have these in here, some of my extra chores and stuff. Yeah, I know I pay myself like you would a kid, but sometimes I also have ADHD, so it's good to have an incentive, because if I don't, my house turns into a freaking pigsty. I have piles everywhere and paths, everything. Ever since I become a trucker, it really helps, because when I was a kid, my room had paths. And they just had piles of just random stuff everywhere. It was like, I can never find anything. Mom is like, yeah. And so shredding and organizing pictures and stuff is 50 cents. I've put away like 10 to 15 bags of shredding this year. I found stuff from like 1978. Finally got all that done. I just need to start bringing in the pictures, because if I have them where I need them, I'll actually do it. But if I don't have them like in the living room where I'm watching TV, then I don't go and do it. So I just need to go and do it. Laundry, I have no problem doing the laundry. It's putting the laundry away, because it just has a tendency to I'll do it, and then it ends up on top of the dryer, and then I just pick through it through the whole week, and then it's in my rabbit's room. The rabbit's the room is the laundry room, and so it just ends up smelling like rabbit. So that's 50 cents for putting that away. Extra cleaning and organizing is $2, and then dump runs and thrift store runs or DI runs is $1. Because if you do extra cleaning, you're going to have a lot of extra. I have a bag in the hallway I've had for a week, because I wanted to do some other organizing and stuff and cleaning. I just haven't gotten to the other rooms to add to it to make it worth going to the thrift store to drop it off. I could, because it's like on the route, but it's in the spot, and then after a while you walk by it day after day and you don't see it anymore. Though it's right there and you're tripping over it and cursing. It's one of those issues. 50 cents for daily dishes. I have issues of doing the dishes. I need to do that. They are piled up. So I need to add some more. And then this week, I did some cleaning. I'm actually doing it now, so that'll go on next week's. But I've got at least $2, so 2, 4, 6, so about $8. I'm just gonna round it up to 10, because this will be going on my vacation stuff anyways. So $10. All right, and then I have my 100 envelope challenge. I'm gonna put 20 on there. I haven't done this in a while. I usually just round up, because I don't like having more than like 3 bills in it, and I don't like having a lot of ones, so I might just do the 26 or 27, or no, I mean like 18 or 19. I'll just do number 17, and I'll put a 20 in that. That way, when I do empty them, I have more money. And a lot of times when I get to the point where all the lower ones are filled up, and I don't have the money for the bigger ones, I'll go and count this all out, and then switch it into the higher ones. I'll like put them into bigger bills and put them like 100, like 90. I'll probably just put $100 in each one. The 80s, I might put $90 in each of the 80 ones, and that's type of stuff. Oh, I need to 17. I put 20. And scratcher. Okay. I was gonna do quarters Wednesdays, but I didn't get any quarters this week. But I still haven't gotten any of the stuff to make it into it. 100 scratchers. I'm gonna do $20 worth. Got $25 to use, and I want to get some minis. I want to get these ones so I can start swapping them out, and I'm gonna do a day where I do nothing but. I might even film it, because I have a lot of games I want to make from my scrapbooking and stuff, like make stuff by hand. Let's do the So Utterly Thankful. And this is from Jamie NR Budgets. Let me write that down so I can put that in there. Jamie RN Budgets. Oop. Okay, I'll put that up. All right, So Utterly Thankful. Okay. And let's see what we have here. We have a 5. Let's see what this one is. A 4, so that's 9. And let's just get it all finished. And 5. Well, that should be 20 altogether. All right, what do we have here? I might just switch some of these out. 6. Okay, 5 and 5, 10, 6 and 4 is 10. So hey, look, I don't have a ring-a-ding-ding-ding. I have one in the living room. 5, 5, and 5. Actually, I'm gonna go get my, I don't have a bell dinger, but I do have a ring-a-ding-dinger. In case I don't have one. Okay. Well, everybody out there, hashtag ring-a-ding-ding. If you get this far, give me a ring-a-ding-ding-ding. All right, sweet. And I'll probably just put that. Do I have? I'm not going to put those in there. Finished. What do I have in here? Actually, I'm going to take those. These are the little tiny ones. Got 2 of them done. I need a box to put all my finished ones in. Sweet. And I will put those in here. Got these on Etsy. It's one of the ladies. It's in the description if you're interested. All right. That one is empty. Let's get some. Oh. Okay, actually, I'm right here. Did that last week. Let's get some. I am capable of murder. I am. These my dad's did those, so yeah, I am most definitely. How much do we have? We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay. 1 through 10, so I shouldn't go over. I got a 10. Whoop. And 10. So we have. Oh, that one's really nice. Okay, you got 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. $28 already. Sweet. This other one should be somewhat smaller numbers, I hope. I hope. There we go. And so the next one will be my handmade one. And we've got Buzz Off. See, that's what I want to do. I want to do some more I want to use this one for all handmade ones. That way, you don't. It's nice to buy them and help support the people out there, but sometimes it's really nice to make them yourself too. And I'm going to put that in. I'm going to put that in here. And I've already taken like 200 or 300 out of here and put it in my travel one for my vacation. Going to Wisconsin to visit my sister. So I've got 20. I've got 20, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 56. All right. Well, 56, 57, 58, and 59. Almost 60 bucks. And those are done. And I will do some new ones for next week. I like these little tiny thingies. Ouch. Put that in here. There's a scratcher. Oh. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, that one is for Sunday. All right. Capable of Murder. Was that RN? Who was that one? Was that the same one? I think it might have been. Yeah, that was the same one. All right, cool. Well, thank you for joining me. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. This should come out tomorrow, or not tomorrow. Well, yeah, tomorrow for me. Tomorrow morning for you. By 6 in the morning, I always try to get my Sunday thingies done by 6 a.m. So if you're an early riser, you can hop on in and throw that on in the background while you're making breakfast or whatever you do. Thank you again. Love y'all. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. See you next Sunday.